Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. Finally, next video, while I'm going to buy some food to have for lunch. And this video, I think it's going to be like a natural continuation after what we talked about in the last ones. And we talk about some of the proofs, referential proofs for the existence of God, using, I would say, axiomatic facts in some of the cases, and using them in relation to some of the videos that the guys who follow the debate in Hyde Park know about, the most recent ones. In this video we're gonna go on speaking about the prophethood of Muhammad, so the proofs that we have and what reasoning Muslims use to say that he's the real messenger of God. Well, the way that I usually start these discussions is to say that, first of all, is it possible? I know it seems like a stupid and easy question, but is it possible that he's a messenger of God? Now, if the interlocutor says no, then the interlocutor is the one who has to prove why, because I mean, why is it not possible at all? And of course, initially this may lead to the other one saying something like, well, it's possible that there are unicorns and stuff like that. And the fact of the matter is that allowing for the possibility of something by default means that there are some things, some proofs, some elements that would increase the probability that something is true or not. Why do I use the word probability? Because absolute truth, apart from axiomatic facts, which we use to prove basically the existence of God, do not exist for the facts that are inside this creation, inside this contingent reality. So, for example, we have some facts, scientific facts, that we are quite sure about, 99.999%, but there's still a little bit of doubt, which is normal in this reality. So we know that the earth is round, but there is a tiny possibility that it is actually an amazing illusion that our instruments led us to. So in reality the earth is really flat. Now I don't believe that, because there is overwhelming evidence to prove the earth is not round, the earth is round, geospherical. And so we have to use the same reasoning for Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. Now when we Muslims interact with Christians, it is a bit easier, because we go to the Bible, for example, and we see in Deuteronomy, on the mountain, we see that it is recorded that God says to Moses how to recognize a true prophet. And how is it done? By the messenger, sorry, first of all, the messenger comes in the name of God, and he says that he's a messenger, and he comes with the message of believing in the God of Abraham, without any association, without any partner, without any charm, this is exactly what's written in the verse. And then it says that to confirm that, the messenger must come with prophecies, and if the prophecy come true, then he's a true messenger of God. But it also says, look out. I mean, it's an amazing criteria, because on one hand you have prophecy, because it is written that the false prophet or the magician or whatever could come with prophecies, but the message is not going to be a pure message of monotheism, like the belief, the real religion of Abraham. And the claim of Muslims is that if we go and see the prophecies of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and the message with which he came, then we find clear proofs for the fact that he's a true messenger of God. How do we know that Christians are not that way? Well, first of all, there are many contradictions in the Bible, many prophecies that are just not realized, or are realized, some of them are, but the problem is that the message is false. believing in the Trinity, in the triune God, is simply not found anywhere in the Old Testament. And there are many videos from amazing brothers that discuss this thoroughly, but that's just the way it is, you know. It is something that it was later developed, and of course Jesus never said, you know, the most important commandment is to believe that I came to die for your sins, and I'm one part, and I'm one of the three persons of the Trinity. He never said it. So you see, we can deny, in this sense, any person who would claim such type of beliefs, because it's against the basic doctrine of monotheism, the original Abrahamic monotheism, which, for example, is shared by Muslims and Jews. This is why, for example, for Judaism, Muslims are not disbelievers in the way Christians would think of Muslims, because we don't believe in Jesus as God. We're actually B'nai Noah. So we're actually on the saved side, because we are following the Noah laws, and the Noah laws for them is applied for the Goyim, for the non-Jews, so we're actually saved. This is the funny thing. Now we believe they're not, because they denied the Messiah, but yeah, that's how it is. And this is really, I mean, for some Muslims, I mean, this is a surprise, but it is this way. And some commentators, I think also the Shomash Jew commentary on the Bible, you can see that some of them actually say that, you know, Muslims are saved, and Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is the prophet of the Gentiles. Now we believe he is the prophet for the Alameen, for all the nations, but they believe no, it's just for all the other nations and not for the Jews. Why? Because they recognize that the message of Muhammad is the same message as all the prophets. And an interesting thing that you could say at this point, we could say at this point, is, well, how do Christians believe that Noah was a messenger of God? Do we have any recorded miracle? Nope. Did they witness the miracle? No, it's just written in a book, which was possibly corrupted by human hand, as the very Old Testament says. Cursed is the lying pen of the scribes, who changed the law. You know, the verse says, how can you say that the law is with us? But they changed the law with their pen, and then it goes on cursing the lying pen of the scribes. It's a really famous verse. So in the next video we're going to talk about the prophecies, but here we're just going to set up we can in a sort the grounding, you know, the foundation, the mental foundation. So this is for Christians and Jews. As far as atheists are concerned, then again you return to the question if it is possible. Now we have some criteria, which is prophecies and miracles and so on and so forth, and for us these are proofs and signs that reasonably and rationally increase the likeliness of Muhammad, peace be upon him, being a prophet of God. If a man comes and he says the message of one God, and then he shows you a miracle like a prophecy, and I'm not speaking about, you know, Nostradamus type of prophecies, like in the ear of the star 2 stars shall fall, in the tail of one shall, not that gibberish, or some sort of jinni type of prophecy. You know, in the Quran we know the jinn can inspire weird stuff, but again you see the message is not pure. So one God and clear-cut prophecies that are realized. And of course the atheists will always say, well, we don't really know, maybe he guessed it, maybe not. But first of all, when we talk about numbers such as 20 prophecies, 23 prophecies, something like that, and then we have recorded miracles in history, which we do not use to confirm it right now, because we cannot witness it. We can witness the prophecies, right? But the question then is, even if God himself were to manifest himself in front of the atheist, would they believe? Of course not. I mean, they could say that's just an illusion and I went crazy, and for some of them it would be even more likely. So what's the problem here? Well, it's the problem of not being consistent. We require much less proof for something that for many things in our life that we adapt our actions to. Now, of course, we already proven the existence of God through reason and rationality and so on and so forth, but it was just an example, right? You can always doubt, but you need to be consistent. The one on the cliche statement that atheists use is where extraordinary facts require extraordinary proofs. Well, who in the world said that the existence of an intelligent creator behind everything of contingent that exists is extraordinary? Who said it? The extraordinary thing is the claim that something can come out of absolute nothing, defined as the absence of anything and everything. That's crazy. And that's an extraordinary claim. The extraordinary claim is to claim that life, awareness, consciousness, information, symbols, and all this stuff, and the complexity, the purposefulness that we see in existence is based upon nothing. Sorry for that laugh, but that's just how crazy it sounds, because it is. Getting back to the argument on prophecy, this short video, I'm gonna end it this way, just laying down this type of mental framework, and in the next video or videos, because it's gonna be a lot of prophecies, we are going to talk about the prophecies of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the miracles maybe in next videos. And thank you for the guys who watch the videos and support it. Thank you also for the comments. I saw there was some trolls down there and some brother defended, but I mean, that's okay, at least they watched the video, right? And if you want to see more of this content, just put a like and follow. And I mean, I thank you for giving me like this chance of doing dhikr together. So with this, I say assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and until next time.